It's the evening of Monday, November 24th, and I've got a quick weather update. I'll be focusing primarily on Wisconsin, especially the southern part of the state. So much of the eastern part of the country is currently really mild, pretty calm too, some rain across the south, but in Wisconsin recently it's been dry, it's been warm, pretty boring, but that's all about to change drastically in the coming few days. So we go through the next few hours, some light rain moving through. Now we're going into later Tuesday. We see a system coming out of the west that'll pass off to the north. Some more rain into Tuesday night. And as we go into Wednesday, I think it's looking pretty likely now that most of the state will see some light snow. Now the northern parts of the state and the upper peninsula of Michigan, parts of northern Minnesota, those areas will see significant snow, especially where there's lake effect, possibly over a foot. I think a lot of the southern part of the state does see at least a trace to up to an inch of snow on Wednesday. Again, that's looking pretty likely right now. After this, it just gets cold. Thursday, we'll struggle to get highs above 30. It'll be very breezy. And that continues as we go into Friday, relatively quiet. But then as we get into Friday night into Saturday, see a weak system passing off to our southwest. This will be relatively light, I think, but I think a lot of the southern part of the state does see some light snow with this, maybe an inch or two. Pretty uncertain right now the exact track of this, as it's still about 5 days out, but another shot at seeing some snow. It remains cold, highs in the upper 20s to low 30s throughout much of this time period. As we go into Sunday, it starts to clear out briefly, but then another system builds off to the southwest. And this latest run of the GFS is throwing quite a bit of heavy snow across much of the state as we go into later Sunday. And there's a pretty sharp line between rain and snow on Sunday night. Most of the state sees snow though, but maybe some mix in the southern part. We'll have to see where this sets up. This is still a long ways out, but another system, so definitely an active pattern as we go forward into the beginning of December. Then after that, more cold air builds in. So I think early December is really the coldest we've seen probably since last February. Highs some of these days might struggle to get above 20 with lows in the single digits. Another system again rolls through around the 2nd or 3rd of December, but this one's way too far out and it looks like right now it stays to the south. But what does look consistent is the cold. It might not get above freezing for several weeks potentially as this pattern sets in. So big changes ahead. Right now, it feels like October across much of Wisconsin, but in the next week, it could be feeling like the middle of winter. So very active and exciting pattern coming up over the next several weeks. Stay tuned.